Alright, Shalom, Yashala, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shah. Alright, double honors to the elders of Yashala. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwathium that's keeping the faith and the works. Y'all keep at it. It's your brother Abaya coming at you with more precepts, man. More precepts. All right. So the question is still being answered, man. Just how close are we? All right. Just how close are we to the end of this place, man? To the end of it all. Right? To the end of it all. Just how close are we? I'm gonna start in the book of John. We need to understand this, man. Right? Our people love to live vicariously through, American philosophy. Well, you can be anything and do whatever, and this place just gonna last forever and ever. But the truth of the matter is, you cannot do and be whatever it is you want to be in this place, and this place is not gonna last forever. In fact, it's falling before our eyes. Right. So, like I said, we start off in John chapter 6 and verse 38. It says, "For I came down from heaven not to do mine own will, but the will of him that sent me. And this is the Father's will which hath sent me, that of all which he hath given me I should lose nothing, but should raise it up again at the last day." Right? What the Most High gave the Son, he will raise up in the last day. This basically let me backing off of the last video I made entitled "How Close Are We?" All right, one of the major steps is we waking up. I just want to reiterate that because it's important. Because the more of us that wake up, the more of us that hear this knowledge and believe it, right, the closer we are to salvation. Right, so we need to be pushing this word so that more ears can hear this truth. And we need to be given the understanding of the truth, right, so that we can be free, man. We can be free. We can get these shackles off our spirit, man. Get these shackles off our brain. Get these shackles off our body, man. We can get up out this place, man. All right, but let's see who are the people that the Most High gave the Son? Like, who did he come to save, right? So, go to Matthew 15:24. It says, "Be answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel." Right? To reiterate, the great awakening of Yasha'Allah is a sign that we're in the last days and we are extremely close. Right? Extremely close. We almost as close as these days have been as of late. It's almost 2021 so-called. Right? These years are flying by so fast, man. Right? Right? The so-called beginning of the year hit, you look up, man, it's wintertime. Right? So that's another sign. Right? Let's get that. I'm gonna go to Matthew again, 24 and 21. So Matthew 24:21 says, "For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be." So that's something else you could be looking forward to. The great tribulation. And that's going to be mainly focused on the saints of the Most High. Right? The saints are his people, according to Psalms 50 and 5. Those that made a covenant with the Most High by sacrifice. Right? You can go into the book of Exodus and find out who that was. You can also go to the book of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John to see the new covenant, who that sacrifice was for. We just read it, right? Matthew 15:24. Okay, but Matthew 24 says, Matthew 24 and 22 rather, it says, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Time is being sped up on our behalf. All right? It's being sped up because the Most High understands the situation that we in, man. He understands that we're waking up, man. He understands that we understand that we're in hell every day, all day, and day. Right? But we look towards the Most High to give us that joy, give us that grace, right? That happiness, man, that love, man, in the midst of hell. Right? That's why, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Straight. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Right? This word, man, and the spirit that come with it, man, that's the comfort. Right? That's what lets me know that it's not for nothing, man. Everything that we go through, everything that we know, it's not for nothing, right? I know I'm kind of getting off topic, but it still goes into the sign, right? Time is being shortened on our behalf, right? Question of the day is, how close are we? Right? How close are we? All right. So that's another sign. The days will be shortened. But not only will the days be shortened, because the Most High let loose certain things on this earth so that we can see that it's the last days. All right. So let me see. I'm gonna go to Luke. Luke 21 and let's see, 25. Luke 21:25 says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. Right? Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Right? That's another sign. Right? These different eclipses, these blood moons, so forth and so on. Right? The different things that are happening in the sky, such as the Most High exposing the chariots to the world. Right? And it says, upon the earth, distress of nations. Right? That's America, South, Central. Right? There's Europe, that's Africa, man. Uproars of the people are all over the place. Right? Different things that we need to be paying attention to because it dictates how close we are. Right? Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth. People see the destruction that's coming. Right? Everybody can pretty much see that this place is upside down. But those of us that are not operating in the spirit, man, that's it's perplexed to them. Like they can't figure it out. You know what I'm saying? They keep trying to put two and two together without having the spiritual discernment, and they keep coming up short. Because at the end of the day, they either gonna end up in politics, right, or they're gonna end up in church, man. Either way it go, you're not gonna get an explanation of what's going on. Right? So the days will be short, and first and foremost, we waking up. That's an end time sign. The house of David is being built back up. All right? The days are being shortened. All right? You got these different signs that's happening in the suns and in the moons and or in the sun and the moon and in the stars, right? You have distress of nations with perplexity, right? You got people that's saying it's the end of the world, but they don't know what that means. Men's heart failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, right? So these things that are coming on the earth, such as um, the west coast of America burning, right? 5 or 6 hurricanes happening at the same time, man. Right? Amazon forest or the rainforest rather burning. Right? All these different things, earthquakes in diverse places, man. Right? All these different things that are happening on this earth. Let's see, I'm gonna go to 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 68. It says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you, and feed you being idle with things offered unto idols." All right, that sounds like concentration camps. All right, that sounds like somebody coming and taking you out of your abode and bringing you to another facility, right, where they basically ruling over you, telling you what to eat, right, when to eat it, so forth and so on. It says, verse 69, "And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden under foot." All right. It says, let me see. "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear Yahweh. Right? They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear Yahweh. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as the gold in the fire." Right? So, Salaka, we looking for basically utter chaos in the streets. Right? Utter chaos in these streets, man. Right? Along with the prophecies that I just read in the book of Luke and in the book of Matthew. Right? But these chaotic events will happen more and more and more, such as the riots, right? The protests that turned into riots. Notice how they started off, and they just not easing up for real, except for a few places, such as I believe they're still doing it in Portland. I could be wrong, but I believe they are. But it started off with one protest and blossomed into this huge worldwide thing. All right, you see. Go to the book of 2nd Ezra 16. Is it 31? Salaki, let me find this precept right quick, man. Okay, come. All right, so this is the book of 2nd Ezra 16 and verse 37. It says, "Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son. Within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment." right? It says, even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. So the different protests that develop in the riots, the fires that have been let loose on this earth, right? The hatred amongst men, right? That's going on this earth, which basically equates to nation versus nation and kingdom against kingdom, right? It's happening more and more and more and more often. The same way a woman with birth pains, right? It'll start off with one, right? Then that second one hit. Then they get closer and closer and harder until that baby is born, right? Then it's a whole nother issue. But that's what's going on now. These things are happening more and more often because we're getting closer and closer to the end times. Now notice I just read in 2nd Ezra 16, where it was basically saying that the people of the Most High will be hated, right? And will basically be persecuted. It's an event that's coming up. And with this event, now how true or not these words are that these people keep speaking, but they speaking it. Whoever wins, it's basically going to be a civil war. Whether Biden wins or whether Trump wins, it don't matter. It's basically going down. Now, like I said, I don't know how true these people words are, but I know they saying it. And where I'm from, if you say you gonna do something to somebody, both of y'all saying y'all gonna do something to each other, when y'all see each other, it's going down. When that event happens, it's going down. Right? You not just finna talk that and then go about your day. It has to go down. Where did we learn those ways from? We learned those ways from the people that brought us over here in chains. They the ones who taught us how to be niggas. We learned it from them. Right? So if they saying something gonna happen, I don't know. Maybe, hey, but it's looking like it, especially how the rest of the world has been over the past few. All right? Let's go more in depth with that though. That Civil War. It's the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, verse 29. Says, behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. All right? Says, and he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. And one shall undertake to fight against another. One city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. Right? Says, and the time shall be when these things shall come to pass. So when it's utter chaos out in these streets, right? Nobody is paying attention to no laws. They persecuting the saints full-fledged. Right? It's absolutely going down. It says, I'm start over. 2nd Ezra 13:32. And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen which I shewed thee before, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. All right? These things must happen, right? Because it means our salvation, right? Pain, destruction, and death must happen for us to be free. But it's going to be all the work of the Most High. We won't have to do anything but allow him to be him. That's it. As though we need to allow him to do anything. Basically what I'm saying is all we got to do is get out the way, keep the faith in the works, and we will be free. All right? So we got chaotic events that's happening all over the earth. These are signs to let us know how close we are to the end. Right? It says, well, let me Salakia. Let me go to another precept, man. Because there's something else they gotta hit this earth. And this is another issue that's in the news. All right, so this is the book of 2nd Ezra 15, 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Woe meaning death and destruction. All right. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. So that civil war go again, right? It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right? So that's that utter chaos. All right? That's that civil war. Now that civil war is gonna be everybody versus everybody, man, basically, because you know you got coons that love the white man, everything. That's gonna righteously fight for them. Then you got brothers that's on their back to Africa tip, so they gonna fight for them. Then you got the Edomites that, you know, are gung-ho patriots, and we ain't even got to speak on who they fighting for. Then you got the Edomites who are only for Edomites, and they can care less if you're a patriot or not. Right? So straight up chaos everywhere. In the midst of this chaos, check what the script say gonna be happening. All right? So we'll go to 2nd Ezra 15 and 17. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. That's martial law. Everything locked down. Right? Of course. Because if you got chaotic events, of course ain't nobody. Right? All right. So it says, verse 18, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. That's a famine. Right? That's a famine. So in the midst of this chaos, man, there will be no food. All right? So there's no food. All right, first and foremost, how close are we? The signs that show that. Israel waking up. Civil war looming. The days have been shortened, so they're speeding up. All right? Famine on the way. All right? Let's see what else will be happening in the end times and see if it's going on now. All right. So I'm going to go to Revelation. Let me see. I don't want that yet. Revelation 17. All right. Let's see. Salakia. I ain't looking for that neither. I'm looking for 18. All right, come. So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 11. It says, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her. For no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. Right? The economic system will be trash. Alright? That's where we at, man. Verse 12. The merchandise of gold and silver. Let me start off. Revelation 18:12. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all thine wood and all manner vessels of uri and all manner vessels of most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble, right? And cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. You think Esau not selling your personality? You want to? Do you not have a social security card, social security number, birth certificate? Okay, you got to sign in social media, right? And you know it's being watched. They checking everything that you check like to. They checking everything that you put a heart to, that you put a smiley face to. They watching it, man. Everything you thumbs down, they watching it. You think they not selling this information? And this just a latter day slavery, bro. And I ain't even talking about like early 1600s, early 1400s slavery. I'm talking about now, right? So these things will be cut off, right? That's script. That's how close we are to this place being done, man, and us being in our kingdom, man, in our kingdom, right? Maybe I need to let the people know about that, man. How the kingdom gonna be? It's gonna be a beautiful thing, man. It's gonna be a beautiful thing, and it's gonna be right here on this earth, man. Right? But the finances of Babylon, right? These are issues that point to the end times actually being right here before us, man. All right. So with that, man, I'm gonna bring out one more script, man. Salaki. One more script. The book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 11. It says, and that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we believed. We are almost out, man. We are almost out of here. Babylon is falling, man. And it's going to get worse. It has to get worse before it gets better. All praise to the Most High Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Harakakadash, which means the Holy Spirit. Shalom, Yasha'Allah. Shalom.